Hi, Nick Riley, Bonafide Support Services. So just building on the theme of driving bottom line improvement by engaging your people to develop and build your high performance culture. To sustain it, you need excellent leadership and management. And some people achieve results, but it's achieved on shaky ground. And in stormy weather, if you've got that good foundation and excellent practice, people are going to be a lot safer and comfortable, and your results are likely to sustain. So it's unusual to be able to keep an elite level of performance. So even a good business has got significant opportunities to improve their business outcomes through that leadership and management piece. And when you look at the significant people risks and the opportunities to actually improve business outcomes and reduce those risks, the leadership and management piece is probably the biggest driver of it. Being of an engineering persuasion, I'm a big believer in measuring what matters, but I've recently been persuaded this should be measure what matters and motivates action. So the effectiveness of your leadership management practices can and should be measured. You need to capture those business outcomes and be able to relate the employee feedback to then reinforce and spread the good stuff. If you take the high risk scenario, these are some categorizations used to collate results from actual employee surveys and exit interviews, and it's pretty uninspiring. And you can imagine that recruitment and retention in those businesses is pretty tough. Conversely, these are from the high performing and market leading businesses, and that's pretty good feedback, as you can see. And where would you rather work? And are you likely to recommend people in there? Well, I would like to think you would. And you may think that this high risk picture is not you, but have you asked? Have you looked? And Gallup have done surveys where they suggest that 1 in 6 people in a typical business are actually negative influences on the rest of the business. And what is that costing? Where you have the strong management regime, people are all working towards the same focused customer and business outcomes, and it's going to be a much more innovative and sometimes challenging environment, but positively challenging. So the high risk picture can work, and the managers in there are very skilled in their own way in keeping the ship sailing. But the risk is a brain drain when someone goes elsewhere and finds it's better and tells their mates, and all of a sudden you get a big exodus. Or even you've got new managers coming into a team because that manager has left, and it's really hard for them to engage that team who've become used to being unaccountable or maybe a micromanagement and aren't willing or able to step up. But the exit regime is not without its challenges, because it won't work if you don't have skilled managers and leaders. And it also requires an investment of their time. But the rewards of getting that right are enormous in both productivity, bottom line results, innovation, but also in difficult times, you're going to be a more resilient business. So if you want to discuss any opportunities to engage your people to drive that high performance culture, please do get in touch, and we do a free assessment, and we'll be delighted to speak to you. But I'll just leave you with some assessment questions suggested by Gallup. Well, they're along these lines, to assess that during the pandemic period and coming out of it, how well are you doing from an employee engagement perspective on getting that leadership and management right. So thanks for listening. It's Nick Riley, Bonafide Support Services, and stay safe and healthy.